on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of WABA Whip Around. As always, I'm your host, Rich Quinones. The season is absolutely, we said it the other day, it's flying by. Don't forget, get social with us. As always, it's a fast paced look at the week in action in the WABA, updates, recaps, previews. You also get to hear me during the season as voice of the Louisiana Spice. And one player that has just been tormenting the Louisiana Spice from the Queens, Mississippi Queens. I would say right now, arguably the MVP, and I'm not saying that because she's joining me, but that's their guard, Ariel Wilson, kind enough to join me for a couple of months. I believe you are at this moment the MVP of the league, but we'll get into that in a second. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Now, let's talk a little bit about the season so far. I mean, obviously, you guys have had a handful of games against Louisiana. You've absolutely tormented them. I pulled up the stats. I did not know. I knew you guys were an athletic team. I knew you guys were, length, strong, physical team. But if you look, you got the top three scorers of the league all reside in Mississippi. So you guys are getting a little greedy there, you and your teammates. So let's start with this. Is this your first season in the league?
Yes, this is our first season as a team and my first season in this league.
Well, I knew it was the first for the franchise. I was not sure about you. Did you play overseas at all? Because I know you had a standout college career.
No, it was a dream, but I never got the opportunity to play overseas.
Well, I will say this: you keep playing the way you're playing, you will definitely get that call. I mean, your numbers are staggering. I mentioned a couple times during the broadcast. I'm like, it should just, the handle you have, the way you're able to break down defenses. You're very fearless. You take the ball to the basket, but I also see, you added in the repertoire, and you can probably speak to this, but you can shoot from beyond the arc. Now, I knew you were a
I do.
shooter, but I was kind of taking a look and I was like, okay, she can start to pull the trigger. Is that something, talk a little bit about your career up to this point, high school, college. When did you first get involved with basketball?
Well, I had older brothers, so I've been around basketball all my life. They played basketball. So I started in small leagues. I'm in from a small area, so I went to a small 2A school, and my goal for myself was I wanted to be what in Mississippi we call a dandy dozen. It's the top 12 players in the state. So by my senior year, I had accomplished that and made all state and was a dandy dozen. Um, but again, I was at a really small school. It was really tough getting recruited. So I ended up going to an NAIA school for 2 years. I was an All American there, freshman of the year. My jersey, I had the honor of having my jersey hung in the Ring of Honors for 2 seasons at the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. So just a lot of good things happening there. And then for 2 years, I transferred, and then I went to West Alabama for two
Hmm.
years, and I was a all conference player there, and just was just blessed to have a good, healthy, lengthy career.
Well, I mean, listen, you graduated West Alabama, what, 2017?
Oh, you don't say it too loud, but yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while,
Hold on a
but that's
second.
okay.
Hold on now. I understand the adage. You never ask a young lady her age. I didn't, and I was about to wish you a belated birthday. Didn't you just have a birthday in July?
Thank you. Yes, I just joined the 30 club, so
You make it
here
sound
I
like it's awful.
It's not awful, actually. Somebody said, "How did my knees feel?" I said, "Just as bad as they did yesterday." So it didn't get any
So,
worse. It didn't get
so
any
you
better.
you you- you've in essence had almost an 8-year gap.
Well, no, so I did play with the team that was in Mississippi called the Mississippi Eagles.
Okay.
Um, and we played in other leagues. We kind of bounced around the leagues trying to get our feel. And then this season, the Williams was actually the owner of his team, my teammate. So whenever we found out they were having this team, she had actually moved to a different area, so we weren't able to function the same. So I was like, I know as women we tend to take off, and when you get to having children and life goes on, I was like, I don't want to sit down because I know once you sit down, sometimes it's hard to get back going. So I was like, let's try out. So a lot of us we went to tryouts, and it just kind of went from there.
That's pretty interesting, and of course, you just mentioned your teammate who was player of the week this past
Mm.
week for you guys. And again, you guys are going to get a lot of those accolades. I mean, she's averaging 33, you're averaging 31. Holmes, who's a player, I think she's very underrated, averaging 27. Um, it's so I find with these leagues, and I mentioned it the other night on the show, like I look at it, I don't care the level. To me, it's professional basketball. I mean, people can say it's a lower level, it's semi pro, but I see the talent across the league. And I'm not saying it because I have the pleasure of calling the games and interviewing you guys, but the talent is legit. It is. I mean, you guys. I mean, it's like when I was doing my notes for the one broadcast early in the season when you guys had the two straight games against Louisiana. I mean, you stood out because I'm like, let me look at her background. Let me look at her pedigree here. Let me see this young lady is a player, and then I'm
Young.
like, yeah, yeah. Well, I gotta build a little equity in the bank with you, right? Because
Yeah.
but and I was like, wow. I'm like, the accolades are there. The talent. You guys have great careers in high school, and then you go on to college. I mean, are you? I asked this question a lot. Are you using the league because when I say use, not in a bad way, but to help you maybe get to the next level if you still have that desire to go and maybe play overseas?
Yeah, it's always still a dream. I actually coach high school basketball now, but I'm just a person that I just believe, I'm just never gonna hang my dreams up. If once the ball stops bouncing, then I'll stop dreaming. But for right now, I'm doing what I'm doing full time, and then of course, this is just like a resource, and that's what it's meant to be. It's like an avenue for us to continue to grow our dreams and go overseas and play or whatever opportunities the league presents to us. I'm just gonna try to take full advantage. So I'm definitely open minded, and I haven't let that dream go. No.
No, listen, nor should you. Um, and I know you guys kind of came out of the gate. You guys started 2-0. You had a couple wins. Then you kind of, I don't want to say came back down to life a little
Oh
bit, had a
no,
little
yeah.
bit of a tough time against Atlanta. The offense, we didn't see it kind of click like we saw the first couple weeks. And then you come back and you have that win. I believe right now, what do you guys, 3-1, 4-1, or you had two losses, right?
Two losses, 3-2,
Three
three
and
and
two.
two.
Okay, so listen, I mean, 3-2. Obviously, the three wins. You obviously figured out Louisiana because they're so guard
Mm,
predicated, right? They're guard heavy.
yeah.
The games against Atlanta, when you guys scored 56, did you guys have a full squad that day? I didn't get to really.
No.
I didn't
So we
think
were
so.
missing Asia Williams,
Yep.
Antoinette Womack.
Yep.
We were missing, so they were. I'm just gonna say it. They have some strong post
Oh,
players,
oh, they do.
and
They do. They're a
we
physical
were
team.
down a lot of post players. So I don't think we had two of our post players there. Adams and Monica Frazier,
Yep. Yep.
and everybody else was guards. We were playing with six people for the first half of the game, and then we had another guard show up for the second half, so we can at least have some
Mm,
rotations. But we were missing, basically a lot of us that were kind of used to getting to play together in the game. It was just a really big adjustment
yeah.
to our game. Like we're able to go inside out a lot because we have bigs and we have good
Yes.
guards. But yeah.
That's what I know. It's like Atlanta's got they've got some height, but you
Hmm.
guys Williams and Holmes and Blunt. I mean, tall, lanky, finds our way to the rim. I mean, you guys are a physical team, but you can't teach height. So when you have your type of backcourt and you're able to put it on the floor, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either I got to
Hmm.
come out and guard you from the perimeter, or if you blow by me, you can decide, okay, I'm going to dish first. See, I look at you, and to me, you are a scoring guard. Like I equate you to the player I interviewed last night, Christina Young. She looks to score first and then distribute the
Hmm.
ball second. Is that accurate?
Yes, most games. Yeah,
Yeah,
most games.
there's nothing wrong with admitting that as soon as you put the ball on the floor, we say point guard, scoring guard, de facto point
Hmm.
guard. Sure, you can dish, but I mean, when you're sitting there scoring 30, 33, 35, 40, to me, that is a
I mean, yeah,
scoring
I
guard.
guess, yeah. I mean, you can't deny it. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe sometimes to the chagrin of the teammates, but yes, that is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you guys get balanced scoring. I mean, that's the one thing I've noticed. You guys are well coached, and the other thing you guys did really well in the beginning of the season, and I know in a couple of the losses when you said you weren't at full strength, you guys are just a very dominating team on the glass. Now, do you
Oh,
guys? I don't know how much practice time you guys get during the week, but is that something that you guys kind of pride yourself on? You know, those offensive, defensive rebounds. You know, those offensive rebounds can turn into second chance points, the defensive rebounds turn into transitional buckets and runs and stuff like that. So do you guys kind of pride yourself on the rebounding aspect?
absolutely. I will say we do only get to practice one a week because we're all scattered across the place. But I will say we're really just blessed to have really good rebounders. Like Bree Blunt, Asia Williams, Jazz
Yep.
Holmes, they just have a knack for the ball. So I'm honest, I'm the short guard in the equation. I'm just short and stout. So when the ball goes up, I'm getting back on defense and I'm letting them crash the boards. Because I mean, I know 9 times out of 10 they're gonna come up with it.
Yeah, short and stout. I'm waiting for you to do the teapot song, right? I'm a little
Oh
teapot.
yeah.
Yeah, but listen, like I said, when you put the ball on the floor, do you know when you bring the ball up if like some guards kind of they have the court acumen, like the court vision where they can kind of see, all right, they're playing off me a little bit. Like my whole thing is because you have to get the ball across in 7 seconds, I'm like press a little bit, force the turnovers,
Hmm.
try to get that red light, which it's been a kind of a rarity this season thus far. But two
Yeah.
becomes a three, three becomes a four. When you bring it up, if they start to give you a little bit of real estate, I feel as though that's either when you're gonna a little shake and bake or stop and pop from three, or you decide to just put the ball and be very decisive. Like as a guard, the way you play,
Mhm.
without peeling back the curtain too much. What do you look for defensively? If I'm guarding you, when do you say to yourself, "I can blow right by this person"?
I can, well, especially, I don't want to say at this age, but my speed is not what it used to be. So I just know if I make a move and I can get my first step on you and I can get my shoulder by to where we're even, then I know I'm attacking downhill. Now, anything after that, if somebody pulls, I'm looking to kick. And then if they don't, I'm looking to score. But if I see that we have numbers or we're evenly numbered on this end, on going on the offensive end of the floor, I'm looking to beat my man. Now, if I can't beat you, then I'll set it up. But if I can make the move and I can get that first step on you, then I'm going downhill.
Yeah, because again, this is just me as an outside observer and calling the games. I feel and I mentioned it during the broadcast. The one thing you do that I think is sneaky underrated, and a lot of young players don't do it, you move away from the ball, so
Mhm.
once you drop it off, you just don't stand stationary. You keep moving around, as a cutter, right? Or you're
Mhm.
going to pop off, a little pick and roll, or maybe like flare out, and you fight your way through a screen. And I would imagine that's something that's taught pretty early, right? That's basketball 101. You learn
Mhm.
that in high school. Move, pass the rock, move around. Don't just stand there and be stationary.
Yeah.
And you do it well.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
do it well. You do it well. How about the team as a whole? Because you guys have such size. I mean, we've seen around the league some teams have struggled. It's unfortunate. Some teams, have to forfeit a couple games here and there, and that's never a pleasant thing.
Hmm.
The Aces, they're a pretty strong team. That's a defending champ. They come back. They're kind of stockpiled. I kind of look around, and when we start to, and at least when I kind of handicap the league as a whole, and I do my top five, my little Q's power rankings. I mean, I still think, even though you guys have two losses, if we're being honest, again, you weren't at full strength, right? You look at in the North Lower, the Lady Wolves are 4-0. Richmond's a pretty good team. They're physical. The Aces are the Aces. They're who
Hmm.
they are, right? Defending champ and whatnot. And then you look at that subdivision where you guys are, and Augusta's 3-1. You're right there. And then Midwest, Steel City is 3-1. I mean, I think for you guys, you're going to have another crack at those guys. But I think you're
Hmm.
right there in the division. I don't know how they set up the playoff format. I'd be lying if I said I knew how. I don't know. Maybe you can
Yeah.
shed light on that because I know it's such a quick season. But you guys kind of like your chances that at full strength you can compete with any team in the league.
Absolutely. I always say, well, when we're all there and we're all present, and we're at our best, I really think we're really, really hard to beat. It's just tough when you're constantly making adjustments of rotations and things, when you're missing players. And sometimes it can kind of just throw the continuity off when you're used to certain rotations. Um, but yeah, I for sure, like, I believe in us 100%, but I just know it takes all of us being present, and that's just kind of been something we've been talking about a lot lately. It's just us. You just got to be there.
Are you? Do you look at yourself? And again, I say this with respect as an older player. Hold on.
Mhm. We can use a veteran. Let's go with veteran. Go
Yeah.
ahead. A
You know
vet
what?
on the team.
Hold on a second. That's a T on me. That's a technical on me. You're right. I should have went with the wily vet. How about that? The seasoned pro. Is that better?
Yes, seasoned pro sounds great.
Seasoned pro that you take on that leadership role, especially the guard
Uh,
spot.
I think that I guess you just have to know my personality. Leadership, yeah, but more so in a positive way. So I think my personality on the team is more like a light one. Like, I just try to, when I get too serious and in my head, I don't enjoy the game. And so when we enjoy the game and you remember, like, you know how to play this game. We wouldn't be here if we didn't know how to play this game. I'm more of that player, like, to pick you up, encourage you, correct you, but like, that's just my role on the team. So we have a lot of what you call it, chiefs. So we Asia, she kind of is the one that's going, and Antoinette, they're gonna let you know, hey, you need to do this, this, and that. But I guess I'm more so of the light spirited one, the one that's gonna remind you it's basketball. Like, you know how to play basketball.
Well, some people they lead, um, you know, they lead in certain ways.
Mhm.
Yeah, Womack strikes me as she's got a little edge
Oh
to her.
yeah. Oh,
She got
for
a
sure.
yeah she got a little dog to her, but the good kind of dog, you know.
Yeah,
So
we need it. We could have used her in Atlanta. I just know I was texting her. I was like, "You better be at the next game when we play."
that's the other thing. Like life happens, right? As you mentioned, like
Oh,
you could be in school, working several jobs, raising a family, be a
hmm
single mother. I mean,
and she's a new mom,
there
so
you go.
she's just coming back off of being out a year. So like, I commend her. Anytime she can make it, I'm excited because like, I know, like, I don't have any children, but like, just seeing her go through that process of becoming a new mom, but still like chasing after her dreams, it's really inspiring. Like, these women in this league, like, I've seen them pushing their babies around and like just living regular life, but still like chasing your dream. Like, not just my teammates. Like, I see it across the league, and like, it makes me proud.
Listen, it's commendable. I mean,
Mhm.
it really is, and, you mentioned that I think it was the Atlanta game, one of the coaches had, the little baby right in a little stroller near the bench.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Yeah,
it was
that
a
was one
player,
of
I
the
don't know if it was a
players.
coach, but that's full I was like, "Hey, all in, fully committed, there we
Yes.
go." Um, do you mesh well, obviously, with the personalities on your team?
Oh yeah, like I said, a lot of us came, a good many of us came from the Mississippi Eagles, and so we had played together for a few years, and then some of
Same
them we
coach or
just
no?
play locally. No, 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 not the same coach. So Asia Williams, Antoinette Womack, they both played, and then a few years ago, Bree Blunt played with us, and Frazier, not Frazier. Francis, Jair Francis.
Mhm.
So a few of us have played together for quite a long time. So we were kind of already jailed, and then having to figure out new personalities and new people. Where it was all growing pains. I'm gonna be honest, it just is when you kind of put together a new team. But I will say, like, everybody's willing and all in.
Yeah, I like, it's a good market. These some of these cities, some of these states, some of these areas, Louisiana's a good market, Mississippi, they like
Mhm.
their ball. I like the way, ownership is doing things with you guys. You know, I can tell they're trying to get the crowd into it, try to be a little engaging
Oh
at these
yeah.
home games. You know, they had the band come out, play a little music.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because ultimately you want when the fans are walking out, whether you win or lose, obviously you want to win, but you want to see some young kids or the smiles and hey, we'll be back next time. That's ultimately what you want. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
right. Do you find it tough though that like in any league, you guys really got to push yourself? Like, are you a big man? I got to keep getting on social media and keep pushing this stuff out and showing myself and brand myself and market myself because
Not
yeah,
not so much when it comes to basketball. Now, if it was anything else, probably so. But it's a game that I love. And I just think that just showing the younger generation, especially where I'm from in Mississippi, like it's knows everybody for the most part. It's just a small place, so like showing young girls that like you can still pursue your dreams. Like I don't mind doing the extra work, putting it out there because yes, most of it is for me because I want to continue to go to the next level, but a lot of it is to bring community together, to show young women that there are other possibilities. Like you can go to college and continue to play basketball and go overseas and chase your dreams. Like everybody doesn't have the same avenue to get where they want. So it's not that tedious for me because I love it.
yeah. Well, I mean, it definitely shows uh, in your play. You mentioned that you're out in a nice little kind of quiet area. So when you
I
say you're off the beaten path, is it almost like I need like the Google Maps to zone in to see exactly is it like your location is like is it I got to go through the FBI? Is it so disclosed and quiet and secluded? Are you near anything?
mean, if I told you, I might have to kill you. So no, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying. No, it is in the country though. So most
Yeah,
people that come to visit me, some of my teammates came to my house after the game
yeah.
for my birthday, and so everybody was like, I just felt like I was never gonna stop driving, because once you get to the woods, you're driving through trees for like 10 to 15 minutes. So if you've never been, it just kind of feels like, are we there yet? But yeah, it's nice. I mean, there are cows to my left and field and grass to my right. So you see, I kind of have my beach set up so I can feel like I have something. I get a little escape. It's like my room is like an Airbnb for me.
There you go. You can't set that outside?
Oh wait, this. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but I have two more egg chairs outside, so we it's plenty of outside stuff too.
Well, I mean, and by the way, you think you're the only, and again, I say this with respect, you think you're the only woman that's ever said to me, if I tell you I got to kill you. I mean, that line's wrapping around the block, my friend. You don't have to worry about that. That's good. You want to have a little happy place, little beach feel.
Mhm.
So what if, let's just say in, I don't know, a month, um, a team overseas came calling, and you take that call. Are you like, hey, just let me know when and where? Are you more of a let me plan it out, or a more impulsive, have that impulse where hey, I'm going to take off and go.
I'm not impulsive at all.
Really?
It's only because of my coaching career, up and leaving in like we just started school. So when
Yep.
you just up and leave, you kind of put everybody else in a bind. So if it were just me, or maybe I was just at like maybe an everyday job, that didn't impact kids and all of that, I would just I for sure, because like I said, it's my dream. But I would have to make sure I found, like, I wouldn't be able to go that day. I'd have to make sure I found somebody to cover me that I trusted, um, to take on my team, and then kind of go from there.
That's you know what, that's a very honest and answer, and I can appreciate that. You guys already started school?
Oh yes, we actually started. The first day was on my birthday. Yay me! Um, so we started. Teachers went back in the end of July. And then the kids came back on the 31st of July. So
Wow.
we're rocking and rolling. But
That's
yeah, I would love to say I would just be able to up and go. And in the summertime, absolutely would. But then, you got to think I break my contract. And it's just a whole lot to go into it when you're dealing with the
so this is
state
high
and school
school,
system.
grammar, or middle school?
Mhm. High school.
Wow, and you guys started that early. By the way, I know your birthday's July 24th, correct?
It
See?
is.
Look at that. Chalk up. Look at that. That T comes off the board. I'm good. No flagrant foul. And one, we're good. So
Yeah,
wait.
good
So
job.
what?
Good job.
Thank you. What age group? The freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors?
Um, Pretty much sophomores through seniors, but we work with all of them. There's three of us. Um, I coach at Pearl High School, and so we have a ninth grade coach, and then we have a head coach, which is Coach McWilliams, and then I'm the assistant for varsity. So this is my first year at this school as well. So I was at the rival school the past 4 years, actually.
Oh, that's got to be interesting.
Oh yeah, my kids, I heard about it. Trust me, I heard
Oh
about it.
yeah, they gave it to you.
Oh yeah, they call them the ops. Coach, you going to the ops? You couldn't go anywhere else? I'm sorry. So when you become an adult, you'll understand. I
That
still
hey,
love you,
listen,
but you'll
that's right.
understand.
When you grow up, you'll understand. Sometimes you got to do what you have to do, and no questions
Uh-huh.
asked.
As my
When
grandmother said, just keep on living.
That's right. You're not practicing, you're not playing, you guys aren't traveling, you're not coaching. What do you enjoy doing besides your I call it like the little queenish throne right there, fanning yourself, having the beach feel. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I'm a big family person, so I spend a good amount of time with my family. As you can imagine, as a coach, I'm in the gym a lot. So it's just a nice getaway. Um, I spend a lot of time at coffee shops. I, I love coffee. I don't know why.
There you go.
I'm
You're
obsessed with
okay.
coffee
So you're
shops.
a coffee person.
I am.
Okay, all right. But no, I'm now forgive me for being naive here. So like are you just go to like a mart or a deli, or are you like a Starbucks, a Dunkin' Donuts, do they have Wawas in Mississippi?
No idea what a Wawa is.
Oh.
It's you say Wawa and it gives me my 3-year-old niece saying something. I have no idea what a Wawa is. But so I
Hold
just
on,
got
we're
my
gonna have to
master's
remedy
degree.
that. We're gonna have to figure out a way to get some K cups to you. So Wawa, well, I guess Wawa, I should know. You said 3-year-old niece. Wawa is predominantly on the East Coast. It's like a sandwich sub shop, but it's good. It's famous. I'm not going to say famous, but everyone gets coffee in Wawa. So, what about
Oh,
Starbucks?
okay, so we do have a Starbucks,
Okay,
and I just got my master's in December, so I lived in Starbucks. If I got out of practice, I was in Starbucks till they closed. But now I've kind of gotten into like supporting like my local coffee shops, like owned by people from here. And
good.
so I go to this one in Jackson, kind of in our Fondren area.
Okay.
It's a real nice vibe. They have like board games and stuff, and it's fresh and it comes in a glass. I just like things that feel fancy. So it came in like a glass and you pour your own shots in and it's all the vibes. It's all the vibes.
Listen, the simplest pleasure is waking up and having a cup of coffee, sitting outside.
Amen. Look at you.
Yeah, I don't mess around. I drink it on the air all the time.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, my one podcast I actually have, and I'll send you a link to get some savings. I have
Yes.
it's called Fresh Roasted Coffee. So they
Hmm.
actually sponsor one of my pods, and they have
Oh.
all different flavors, and you can order it because I'm big with the K cups, the little,
Hmm.
what is that called, the Keurig or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, where you can just pop it in and
Yeah, and
yeah.
I can go through those like Pez, man. I go like candy. I mean, like 6 or 7
See, I
before 8
tried to
o'clock in
slow
the morning.
down. And so I've tried to do the decaf some so I wasn't doing so much caffeine. But now I'm in school, I need the caffeine. But
You
in the
have to.
summer I try to dial it back. Cause like why do I need to be awake? I can take a nap.
Yeah. No, it's first thing in the morning. I like it's if I don't have it, no.
Oh, me too. I'm gonna put it in my Starbucks cup every time. For me, as you can tell, I'm an aesthetic person.
Yeah.
So my kids I was like, you went to Starbucks again? And I'm like, this is community coffee in a Starbucks cup. But who would know it? Who would know it?
Um, no, that's fantastic. So that's awesome to hear. It's tough, like when you don't have a plan, right? Like a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, you got all your plans in place. And I respect you for being honest with that answer because a lot of times dreams are right there and you got to say, okay, do I sacrifice? Is it short term? Is it long term? And look, you know how life works sometimes. Maybe
Yeah.
get that call when school's out and it's like a
Oh,
lifetime experience to go somewhere for
I'm
2 or 3
gone.
months. Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can't fit that on the plane with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What
I
what
mean,
i- what is that
it breaks
called?
down
But what is it called?
a chair. I don't know. Okay, so I was trying to show you what it is. So it's
Well,
like a chair, and it's so I really found it in Walmart's garden section. So I'm like 100% sure it's supposed to be outside, but I just bought a plant and I brought the outside to me. So
because you
like
you know why? Because you are your own person and
I am.
you need not explain yourself to anyone.
No, I listen, this chair and this plant gives me East Coast vibes. So all I need
Oh,
is a little Wawa's and here I am. I'm ready
yeah, but
with my
then all of a
coffee.
sudden, yeah, but then you're gonna lose that, that charming southern, that draw. Then you're gonna start talking like me, and people are gonna be like, "Well, where are you from?"
It's okay. My kids know I actually speak in many accents at school depending on the day.
Yeah.
So I would just have an East Coast accent. I'm missing that one.
That's fantastic stuff. This weekend, you don't have a bye this weekend. You have a game, correct? Are
Oh
you on the
yeah, we
road this
get
weekend?
Atlanta again. No,
Atlanta. Oh,
they come to us.
okay. Um, do you guys? I know you said you practice only once. Do you have any time? Do you watch any type of film, or it's like, all right, we kind of game plan
Yeah,
against it?
they send it in the group and then the coaches kind of make the game plan around it. But we always practice the night before the game because it's just the most convenient time with everybody coming from out of town. It puts them there to be able to practice.
Yeah,
But of course it can't be too intense because we play the next day.
of course.
Um but yeah, we do. They send out film every week of our previous game and then of whoever we're playing.
Knowing that you and two of your teammates top three in scoring, is there kind of a little, you know, a little trash talking competition going on there? You guys are like, point difference here, 31, 30. By the way, how many did you officially have your last game?
So don't go back and look. I have no clue. So before you said I had 30 something, I had no clue. I just don't.
Yeah,
Like for me, even though you say I like to score first, but if there's a pass there that I feel like is a better shot, I'm
yeah,
gonna pass it up. I'm just aggressive. So if I beat you, I just beat you.
right.
But I don't think we've ever been in competition about the scoring. We just want to win. So like if that means you get the ball more this game because you have the advantage, you win. Last game they gave me the ball a lot because I had the advantage
Yep,
on the player that was defending me.
yep,
So nobody complained. Like we just want to win. So it's never like who gets this and who does that. We celebrate each other. Like when Asia got player of the week this week, as soon as I saw it, I screenshot it, sent it in the group, and I was like happy for her. But it's not ever competition. We just you'll understand. I genuinely hate losing. Like I struggle with it, and it's just it's just my competitive nature.
sure.
I
You have to be.
struggle with losing. So any way that I can win, I don't care if I had to get 12 rebounds and I only scored 3 points. If we win, I'm happy.
Uh, I mean, I wanted to ask you this before I let you go. Is this stat line accurate from last week?
Which what does he say? I can tell you what my coaches sent me, and I can
What,
go
what?
from
All
there.
right, hold on a second. We're gonna play that dicey game. What did they send you? How many did you score last week against Louisiana?
Let me go to group me. I'm sorry. I'm going to the chat.
That's okay. That's fine.
It says I scored 26 points.
How many?
26.
Wow. I gotta figure out. Yeah, I gotta. I'm not gonna tell you what it showed in the box here.
Oh, I hope not 40 or 50, because boy. Again, we say 30, 30.
You might add a little more, but anyway, um,
Mm.
I mean, you had 30 a couple times, 28. Yeah, because I'm gonna go back. I'm actually gonna watch the game tomorrow, and I'll
Mhm.
try to maybe try to tally it up.
Okay.
But Yeah, I mean, listen, I like the pace because the quarters are 10 minutes. You got to get the ball across the timeline in 7 seconds. You got to press, you got
Yeah.
to push. And I think it leaves opportunities like for a more wide open game, a little more exciting game. And, sometimes the games can kind of get out of hand. And you know that if you have a big lead, a team's got to shoot themselves back in. And sometimes 15-point deficit turns into 20, 25. And but that's anything. Do you watch the WNBA? Do you watch college? Do you watch the NBA?
I'm more of a college watcher. Women's basketball. I can't tell you. I know it's bad. I can't tell you the last time I watched a men's NCAA game. Probably the national championship.
Okay.
Um, but other than that, yeah, I watch women's basketball.
All right. I mean, I know everyone makes it's media driven, like everything going on like with college and then the WNBA with all these like rivalries and stuff. And I'm like, just let them play. Like just
Yes.
right? Just, there's nothing wrong with a little trash talking back and forth and this and that, and just let them play, period. Like everyone wants to push narratives and agendas and, make it this, make it that. And I'm like, all right, hey man, just give me a good game. Just give me a competitive game. That's all I'm asking for. And listen,
I
I
just
think
wish they would clean it up a little bit. I like the trash talking. I like the aggressiveness, but I've experienced games where refs don't keep like the dirty plays under control.
right.
And I mean, everybody's human at some
Sure.
point. Like you draw a line.
Yeah.
So
No, listen, I will say this in a handful of games, even this year, in the WABA, these teams get a little physical and chippy. And I mentioned this too during the broadcast. I know, you guys can't say anything because if you say one thing, you're going to get teed up. And that's something that, as the season goes on and you start to get into playoff time, if it's a close game and you're getting bodied up here and there and maybe a little face guarded or hand check or getting frustrated, you just got to deal with it because they will be very quick to blow that whistle. And you know this playing your whole life. I mean, a technical foul like that kind of changes the course of a game. And then you get the ball side out. I mean, that can really change the momentum of a game. So you guys have to really just kind of deal with the loose whistles at times and just play through it.
if you know my teammates, they struggle to deal with the
Mm.
whistles. We can be a little mouthy. I'm probably the one that maybe I should say more, but I'm just one that I like to speak with my game. So
Mm.
I think the more upset you make me, the harder I go. I just
Yeah, that's kind of a memo to the rest of the league. Don't ask how old she is, and certainly don't get her frustrated and
there
talk
you go.
trash. All right. Well, listen, I definitely held you longer than I wanted to, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. Do you want to push anything on social? Your, IG, the team, anything? Give a shout out, give a push. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, definitely go follow the Mississippi Queens page. It is SIP Queens. That's SIP.QUEENS 601. Can't forget the 601. I don't really have anything else I want to push. You can follow me if you would like to. That's underscore BLACKK dot BEAUTI underscore Black Beauty.
There you
Doesn't
go.
that go well with the Queens? Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it does. Listen, I'm telling you, you guys keep playing the way you're playing. There's going to be a bunch of all stars. You're going to have an opportunity to make a deep run in the playoffs. And like I said, I call it the way I see it. You guys are very talented, very balanced, and I think you're going to be a tough out because of your size. And you just you got your team is 6'1", 6'2". I mean 5'10", 5'11". You have size. You have obviously the guard play. You guys are well coached, and the way the league is, teams sometimes you catch them on a bad week. They don't have a full hand to play with. Sometimes you can take advantage of that. Sometimes it can go against you. But I like the fact that it's a compact season, so every game starts to get a little more meaningful. But listen, you keep playing the way you're playing, you're definitely going to be an MVP consideration. I know you're not about the awards you want to win, which I can appreciate and respect, but you keep putting up these numbers, and you might be coaching one day or in school, and all of a sudden your cell phone rings, and it might be a call overseas, or it could be Wawa sending you a package. I don't know. Now, if I were to say which one would you prefer, the coffee from Wawa or overseas gig?
I actually take the overseas gig, and then I'll travel through the West Coast on my way
There
home
you
and
go.
get my coffee
Now,
from Wawa's.
there you go. That's what we talk about. The court acumen, the smarts, honor roll, right? You were honor roll in high school and college and all over the place. So there we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all right, listen, Ariel, I appreciate it so much. Appreciate you jumping on this edition of WABA Whip Around. Have a good game on Saturday, and hopefully we can talk again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.